Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. Still waiting for Mr. McCleland to show up. So he's late. It's my fault. I didn't send him the link, but he will be here very soon. Now, disclaimer for everybody who's watching today. I think you already know that this is not Mr. Nicholas McCleland. This is boss Shibby McCleland. But he's actually funnier than the real one, in my opinion. So we're going to pick up where we left off last time. I've only got an hour because I do have a patient today at 11 o'clock, which is in 1 hour. So it's going to be a fairly brief debunking today, but we will be back for part 3. Don't you worry. So don't worry, Diana, we're not going to start too quickly because we're waiting on Shibby. It's my fault. I didn't send him the link. I forgot that he didn't automatically have access to it. Hello, everybody. I know that we're all not showing our usual usernames, so we may miss each other. I recognize some of the pictures, but don't always recognize the names. So apologies if I I act like I don't know you today. I do know you, I'm sure. I just don't always remember the different usernames. Hello, everybody. We've got lots of cool people coming in, all of the buddies of the channel. So lovely to see you guys. We're at 402 subscribers this morning, my time. I was just amazed. I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining and very much appreciate my mods who have absolutely promoted the channel over and over again. Shibby in particular has done a lot of hard work on this channel. So yay. So I'm just waiting for him to join us. I'm sure there'll be plenty of laughs today. I've had a nice long sleep after the conference. I was so zonked because even though it wasn't a long flight, all that travel and all of that stuff just means that you kind of feel exhausted by the time you get home. And then I had kids who were super excited to see me, which was lovely, but I was so exhausted. So I think I'm nice, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. So it should be fun. Really appreciate everyone coming in. It's good to see you all. And I think we all need a dose of laughter in our lives. Where is Mr. Shibby? Come on, Shibby. Now, I was going to try and do a background screen that helps us to see who's who when the comments are up, but I don't know how to figure it out on my desktop, only on my phone. So what I'm going to do is not put the comments up for too long so that you can still see. So if anyone new's coming in can see what's actually going on, that we are not indeed talking to Mr. Nicholas McCleland, as much as we'd love to. Like, Nick, you're welcome to come on the channel, but just be aware that you will get asked the sorts of questions that we've been asking, and just be aware I will interrupt you probably every second word that comes out of your mouth. But yeah, welcome to come on the channel. Come on in. Anyway, I might say hi to the people in the chat while I'm waiting for Shibby. Hi, Diana. So nice to have you in here. Hi, Dom. Hi, Adrian. Lovely to see you all. I think I saw Sunflower. I believe Sean the Brit is here. Cryptex is here. There's a few other usernames, and I don't know who you guys are, but I think you're people I know. Let me see. Oh, is that you, Pitbull? Donald? I think that might be you. I can tell from the picture. Teresa was here nice and early. Polygraph, hello. I don't know who you are without your username. Anyway, lovely to see you all. And I know there's more people lurking in the background. Please feel free to ask questions. The questions were awesome. I hope we've got digital in here because we had some really cool questions last time. You're welcome to ask questions to Boss Shibby McCleland. He always has great answers. So yeah, ask away. He is going to continue with the closing argument, if that's what we want to call it. And we're going to keep just debunking it, but you're so welcome to ask your own questions. You can see I'm not very good without an agenda. I'm like, what am I going to talk about while I wait for Shibby? Hey, Kay, nice to see you. Is that Miss Kay? I don't know. We can't tell because we've got the usernames today. That's frustrating, isn't it? This is like silence. I don't think I'm very good at silence. Usually I have something planned to talk about, but I'm like, Twiddling my thumbs. I hope everybody's having a really good day. I know you guys are all at evening time, so getting ready for a nice relaxing evening. I hope. It's Friday morning here and it's super sunny and we've got Halloween disco on tonight, which is exciting. Sharon, I recognize you from your beautiful kitty. Welcome, my BFF. Oh no, Shibby's mic won't connect. Why, Shibby? What's going on? Even if you do it without your mic, just do it on your phone. Like I just use my laptop mic and it's loud enough. I mean, I'm loud, so I guess that helps. Oh goodness, guys, we are not well planned today. Technology is not my best friend on this channel, that's for sure. I'm not funny on my own, Shibby. We need you on here. So yeah, we have Halloween disco tonight, and I'm not going to the disco. It's a kids' disco. I wish I could, but parents are not invited. But yeah, so I've got to get working on making everybody look very spooky because we're a very Halloween obsessed household. But I think next week for actual Halloween, I'm going to do like Day of the Dead makeup, and I'll come on live with my cool makeup. Hey Chester, nice to see you. Get your questions ready for Shibby McCleland because he's definitely going to have some good answers when he connects. I'm just going to go to Discord and see. Has he messaged me on Discord? But he hasn't. Sharon, I'll blend it with the kids. I think I will. And I'm a big kid, so yeah, for sure. I'll go in there and have a little bounce around to the music. I'm looking forward to it. It's very fun. But we do trick or treating next week, so that's awesome too. And some people go really all out with cool decorations in our area. We definitely do. We have a hand coming out of our letterbox and a skull on the other side of it. We've got eyeballs hanging from our trees. We've got bones all over our lawn. We've got these cackling things that I put a short on that are at the front door when people walk past. So the dog goes off every single time they go off. So we're all prepped for Halloween. And then as soon as it's over, we get rid of all of that stuff. And Christmas is like an even bigger thing here. And I don't know if any of you guys over there have kids and do the elf on the shelf, but oh my gosh, I love it, but I equally hate it because I set myself too high a standard. We have a whole family of elves now, and trying to think of things for them all to do is just exhausting. And then last year, the baby had to grow up into an adult. And last year we had 3 babies. I can't make 3 more adults and have more babies. It will just be too much. Okay, Shibby's here. We can stop talking about Halloween. I'm going to add him to the stage.
Here
you are. Oh, you got the wrong picture though, Shibby.
Oops, who's that guy? 1 second.
Yeah, I mean that looks like Bridge Guy.
Yes, that's BG. 1 second. Because I went on Charles's show the other night, so I switched it. Hi, everyone. 1 second.
That would be an interesting one if we were talking to BG.
Yep. Oh, gee.
Not as
How
funny.
do I change
Not as
it?
funny.
No. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got it. 1 second. So how's everyone?
How's everyone? I think everyone seems happy. I think everyone's excited to hear more from you.
I'm sorry, I screwed up. My microphone.
No, it's okay.
Going.
I screwed up too because I should have sent you the link a lot earlier, but I literally just got out of bed an hour ago. So.
Oh, here we go. Okay, here I am. I'm coming.
Okay. Well, welcome back, Mr. McCleland.
And here I am. Hey.
Now, Mr. McCleland, on my phone version of StreamYard, it had like boos and like horns and things like that, but I can't figure that out on the desktop because otherwise I'd love to use those every time you say something silly.
Oh, well, I love it when you use them too because I love saying silly stuff.
Yeah. And the thing is you're actually silly whether you're reading your closing argument or whether you're making the additional comments. You're silly either way, so it's kind of fun.
Thank you very much.
I don't think there's anything that comes out of your mouth that is serious.
Oh no, not at all.
Don't know how you got through that
Yeah,
whole trial because you don't know how to be serious.
again, uh, Judge Go guided me through every step, every word. She had she told me what to say. She told me what to do. I had no problems.
Is she a bit of a fun person too? Like, does she like to be unserious all the time too?
No, she's serial. She's always serial. Right now,
Ah,
she's talking to me. She's in my ear right now, telling me what to say.
what is she saying about Andy Baldwin right now?
She's saying, "I wish I could tell people how I really felt about him because he's handsome."
Or I think she pretty much did tell us what she thought about him in her
No,
manner.
no, no. That's the public Go. The private Go
Mm.
thinks much differently of Andy and Rosie and
Oh, okay.
Shibby. Somebody sent her a picture of Shibby and she went wild.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, there you go. We'll have
No,
to let Shibby know because Shibby could have he's been looking for a new girlfriend, right?
no, no. I'm with Dee Dee, Nicole, Carol, you. I got my hands full. Hebby, I got my hands full.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Well,
Sorry,
can we get back into the oh, sorry. Can
he's
we
got his
get back
hands
into
full.
the closing argument now?
Yes. Oh, oh. Let me open that 1 second because I had to close everything.
That's
Uh,
okay. I mean, just open up the comedy script and we'll
I
get
have
started.
it. It's right here. Can you find where we were, and I'll have it ready by then?
Oh, I have no idea where we're up to actually. I meant to listen back to the end of the
Um,
last one. What were we up to? I was trying to think. What was the last thing we were debunking? It was we did the Bridge Guy starter kit
mhm.
and then
I thought we ended off on something. Shoot,
yeah, what did we end up on? I'm trying to
somebody will
remember. We went on
remind
so
us.
many rabbit holes.
Was it Oberg and the bullet?
No, we didn't go through Oberg and the Bullet yet, I don't think. I think we just alluded to it because it's so
I
ridiculous. But no, I think let's just go from there then maybe. Let's do Oberg.
okay, sure. Which of the pages? Because I've got it open
Oh
now.
no, I know where we ended. It was the interrogation. It was that Rick Allen got increasingly aggressive. Remember?
Oh yeah. No, I think it was something else we ended on because I remember it was after that. We ended on something else, and it was me.
Okay.
Shoot.
I don't actually even have it up on my screen either. Gosh, guys, we are so disorganized today. Apologies,
You know
but
what's funny? I was half an hour. I was getting early. I was getting ready. So I mean, and this is happening now. So imagine if I
it,
weren't doing that.
it's okay. It was my fault because I should have got you into StreamYard earlier. Then that would have taken away that stress. So
Mhm.
all good,
Yeah,
Shibby. Not good, McCleland. There's no apologies to you, but Shibby, yes, it's okay.
I have no idea
Well,
where we
I
are. I'm
do
just
remember it was somewhere around the point we were talking about the interviews because we were basically saying how Holman looks a lot more aggressive and scary than Rick. And if that's aggressive to Nick McCleland, I mean, I must be like next level aggressive too, then, because I mean, Rick really doesn't show a lot of anger or aggression. So interesting.
I can't find where we are. I'm scrolling through these pages. I'm lost. Also,
Okay.
can we do one thing? So
Yeah.
everyone in chat, just beware that YouTube is showing handles and not usernames. So
Yeah.
if you want to put down who you are, if it's not recognizable, please do so.
Yeah.
Like Love and Light for All is TJ, Trial Junkie. Dom S is obviously Dom. Uh, Dark Arts is Daba, Adrian. Hi, Adrian. Polygraph, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Polygraph's the only one I couldn't decipher. So Polygraph, let us know if there is a different name you usually use. And if you're not a regular, if you're just new, well, welcome anyway. It's lovely to see you.
Oh, there's
Okay,
also
Jimmy, do
a
I need to pull up this closing argument to find it for you? Do you think?
yeah, I think you should because I'm totally
Oh,
lost.
okay. Let me
I'll
see if
take care of chat. I'll go through chat and say hi to everyone, and you find us, okay?
okay. Yeah, you keep chatting.
Sharon, hello Sharon, and user QW4VV2WI7R. Hi, said hi to me. So, ooh, Sunflower Soul. is here. Hello. Chester's here. Hey, what's up, Chester? Uh, and that's it, really. So whoever user Q is, oh, Sean's here. Hi, Sean. What's up? No, Hebby. Oh my gosh, Hebby, you're hurting my feelings.
Okay, you were right. We have gone through Oberg. As I was reading back through it, we have done most of that. So we're on page 17, around line 15. I remember ending around when you say something about AFTE.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
yeah, I think we didn't talk about Rick's second interview. So I think maybe around line 18, 19 would be a good place to start.
Oh, just keep saying volume 21. Why does it say that? I can't find the
Volume two.
pages. Oh,
So
okay.
so
I can see.
okay, so page 17 of the PDF document, which is also
I'm there.
page 189.
Which line?
About let's start with lines 16, 17-ish.
Okay. I guess we should get going. Are we limited to 1 hour?
Yeah, we have to finish in 40 minutes.
Okay. Also, Donnie's here. Cryptex is here, and Teresa is here
Pie
too.
crust
So,
is here. I just saw pie crust come on in.
I'll just start reading. Okay.
Yeah, pie crust as well. You're right. We have to limit it to 40 minutes because that's as much as we can tolerate of you, Mr. McCleland.
Yes. Yes. I understand. Take me in bits.
Hey,
Okay.
you
I'll
here,
just
Daddy,
start
as
reading.
well? Okay, yep, let's go.
Hi everyone. Hi Hoosier. Not only do we have him on the trails at the time, we now have a bullet that ties him to the crime scene. So Richard Allen comes back for an interview on October 26th of 2022. He confirms, I've never loaned my gun out to anybody. I'd never loaned out any of my ammunition out to anybody. I never loaned my car or my clothes out to anybody. States he
Interesting, Mr.
never,
McCleland, because that sounds like an innocent man, doesn't it? Because he's not trying to cover up and say, oh, yes, actually, I think I lost that gun or somebody else took it. He's not trying to cover up. I'm not sure why that's a
no,
compelling argument for you guys.
no, he's trying to trick us. Anyways, he states he'd never been mushroom hunting in the area where the girls were found. He has no explanation of how his bullet from his gun ended up between the bodies of Abigail Williams and Liberty German, 6 inches from Libby's foot. There is no explanation except that the bullet came from his gun when he racked the gun to intimidate the girls right before he killed them. That's the explanation. Much like he racked it at the top of the Monon High Bridge when he forced them down the hill. He was using the gun as a way to force the girls to comply with what he wanted them to do. He was using that power.
I mean, when he racked the gun on the bridge, there wasn't a bullet dropped for some reason, but then when he did it at the crime scene, there was.
Yes, there was a shiny bullet in the middle of the day, and he totally missed it laying there. Yes.
Mm. And then he kept one at home that was just like it in his memory box to remember how amazing it was that he left a piece of evidence at the crime scene.
Yes, a keepsake memento.
I mean, the logic there for, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm the one that's crazy here because I don't understand that logic, but okay.
No, he planned this all from his 30 years of being exactly the opposite of the MO of the person who did this. He planned this all. He's tricky.
Well, I mean, a lot of us do that, don't we? We pretend to be these really good people. And then one day, I mean, I've got a couple more years till I get to 44. We just walk out in
Hmm.
a park and decide, you know what? I'm going to let go of being a good person, a parent, a husband. And I'm going to today decide to be really evil, but be really, really calculating about it and so clever that I can evade getting caught for 5 years. I mean, gosh, what was Brian Koberger doing? He studied it and he still screwed up so quickly. But Rick Allen, I mean, it's such next level genius, right?
Oh yeah, he's just psychotic.
There's nobody like him. You know, I looked it up. There is nobody like him. So, like everybody else, either started earlier and was this really calculating person, didn't get caught for a long time, or if they started later, it was like a domestic crime and they got caught really quickly. He's just such an anomaly, which, I mean, we should study his brain. I mean, he's clearly got some very different capacity to literally everybody else who's ever lived on planet Earth.
Yeah, he tricked everyone for his whole life, full 50 years. He tricked everyone.
Did you get that vibe, Mr. McCleland, when you met him? Did you get the vibe that he's a real trickster?
Yes, and thank God he had those handcuffs on because I was afraid of him.
It's funny because I get that vibe from you. But anyway, let's keep going.
Okay, say hi to the pup. He was
Yeah,
using the
sorry.
gun.
I think the Halloween stuff must be going off again. I'm upstairs.
That's all right. We all love to hear him. He was using the gun as a way to force the girls to comply with what he wanted them to do. He was using that power over the girls. And you saw, as he was confronted with these things, he became angrier and angrier. And then his wife was brought in. And you saw that interaction with him and his wife. You saw how he tried to manipulate her. You know, I didn't do this. Tried to convince her. And at the
And
end
you
of
know,
that,
the interesting thing, Mr. McClure, is we've all seen Kathy speak on the newer documentary, and she's a very articulate, insightful, compassionate woman, and she seems really resilient. So it's interesting how easily she's manipulated in that room then, isn't it? Because she stood by him for another 3 years now. We're at the 3 year
yes,
mark. So yeah, I mean, gosh, his manipulation skills, pretty amazing. He's manipulated people like me too. So I guess, he's very
don't
clever.
don't let her sweet, beautiful, kind, generous, thoughtful soul fool you. She's a trickster too.
Oh, okay. It's so interesting
Despite
because,
what you
like, the
see,
vibes I get seem to be the opposite of the vibes you get. But yeah, anyway, interesting.
I,
I
no,
guess, do you find like the vibes of like some of the Vinlander Odinist good?
oh yeah, they're
You
they're all
like
my
them?
buds. We grew up. Yeah, we hang out together at the lodge.
I mean, like one of them has videos where he's laughing wearing the bridge guy hat and saying, "I bet you guys like my hat." Like, do you find that really trustworthy?
Yeah, no, yeah, I do. It was my hat. I took the picture. It was awesome. Hey, you didn't put the disclaimer across the screen, and you didn't move the our names up above. So what's up?
Oh no, I explained it, Shibby. I struggle on my desktop, and I didn't have time today. But yes,
That's
disclaimer:
okay.
everything's allegedly. It's all speculation. It's just all a lot of enjoyable discussion about the
Yeah,
case. Yes,
we're gonna need part 5, 6, 7, and 8 if we keep this rate up.
I know. Sorry, I
That's
told you I
okay.
have to interrupt every single line, pretty much. But anyway,
Uh,
okay, keep going. Keep going.
well, you're interrupting Nick, so that's a good thing. Get all over him because he needs to
Well,
be
yeah,
held accountable.
I don't think even the people who hate me the most would be upset with this because it's kind of
No,
fun to interrupt Nick, right?
I think, yeah, I think you should. Okay, and then his wife was brought in, and you saw that interaction with him and his wife. You saw how he tried to manipulate her. You know, I didn't do this. Tried to convince her. Maybe I read that already. And at the end of that interview, he's arrested. And so at this point in the investigation, we were able to place Richard Allen at the bridge at the time the girls were kidnapped and able to confirm that he is bridge guy and that he ordered the girls down the hill. Further able to confirm that he racked his gun and lost a bullet at the location where the girls were murdered. Now, when he's arrested, he's moved to the Department of Correction for his safety. You heard Dr. Martin testify. To keep him safe, that was our goal. Safe from himself and safe from other inmates. He was moved there and eventually he was sent to Westville Correctional Facility. And that could have been the case. That could have been all that we have here to present to you today. But it's not, because once he gets to Westville, he starts to confess. But
Because you
before he
torture
does,
him. Because you torture him. You leave him in
well,
solitary confinement beyond the UN timelines that are appropriate, and you have people safeguarding him who all think he's a child killer, and he doesn't get out to do anything. He doesn't get to see his family. But
Well,
yeah, interesting that he confesses then, isn't it?
yeah, because they were there for his own. They were there for his good. The suicide companions and Dr. Walla was there as his friend and there to help him. So he confessed to them.
Yeah, because he trusted Dr. Waller because he thought, what good psychologist goes on forums about my case and then tells me that information back to me? He was just like, wow. Because I mean, remember, he's the mastermind. He understands psychology so well. Surely he studied the ethical code of psychologists.
Oh yes, definitely. Plus, when Walla walked in, I hadn't had a shower. He hadn't had a shower for a week. So Dr. Walla's perfume smelled great. Her face was made up. Her titties were out, and he was just being. She was just being a friendly professional with him, with her
Mm.
big titties.
Hey, Mr. McCleland.
Oh, sorry.
We're keeping it PG here.
Yes, with her breasts out.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess again we're caught up with this issue where, on the one hand, you're saying Rick's really smart, but on the other hand, he would have to be quite clueless to confess to his psychologist in jail.
Listen, you put a guy in solitary for a few months, and then he has time to think about what he's done. You know,
Oh, okay.
the guilt was just building up so much. Has nothing to
But
do with his loneliness and starving for attention and the touch of a human.
the
He was
guilt
guilty.
didn't build up for the 5 years previously when the girls' faces were splashed on the news and, everyone in the town, the
No,
small town that he
no,
lives in, were really upset. The guilt built up when he was in solitary confinement, being mistreated.
no. Yeah, he was a free man. He wasn't. You know, we didn't have a chance to get the drugs in him yet to make him come to his realizations.
Right. I didn't realize most of us needed drugs to come to our realizations.
You don't even know when. Sometimes you need it involuntarily when the state thinks it's
Right.
best. Even if you're an
Uh,
innocent person on pretrial detainment, we know what's best for you,
hmm.
and we're safekeeping him too. So we needed to do it for his own good.
Mr. McCleland, I've worked in a jail before as a psychologist, and here we don't do that. People don't sit in solitary confinement in a tiny, tiny little room with unsafe companions try to watch over them. We don't do that. So I don't know how you can describe that as keeping him safe.
Well, it's for his own good. Plus, they weren't communicating with him at all, even though they were communicating with him. They were there
Yeah, and
to
it sort
just
of sounds
listen.
like they were already communicating over negative things, right?
Yes,
Like they
yes.
were basically making him feel crap about himself, not actually trying to support him.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Gallup, who knew all about it. And although there's another policy violation, which would basically be a civil rights violation, because he was innocent man on pretrial detainment, it's still no problem for Judge Gull. So we just moved right past that.
Hmm. Well, that
Yeah,
sounds
and
quite concerning to me, Mr. McCleland. It really does. It sounds concerning, but I'm glad your
not
conscience is okay with it.
yes, yes. Gull says it's okay, so it's okay with me. Yeah, the
Okay.
patches
Okay.
too. Everything, all the things Walla did, checking up on social media and stuff, and all those things are just fine. But when Baldwin sent that email, we needed to try to nail Rosie for it. That was the big, big problem.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's
Mhm.
it's it's much easier to cast aspersions on others than to look inwards at yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why have any accountability for the state when we can just, apply all the rules to the defense and not worry about anything ourselves, all our mistakes. So it was fair as it can be. It was fair in my eyes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the majority of us in here think it was fair, but glad that you're confident in your judgments.
Oh, well, I mean, it's okay that Liggett lied in the PCA sworn affidavit, and it's okay that Holman lied in his sworn affidavit. You know, Gull said it's okay, and they're fine. They got promotions, and they're great. They're doing great right now, getting overtime and
Yeah.
everything. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, well, it sounds like what's actually valued in your county is, or state, I don't know, whatever we call it, is making mistakes, telling lies, and getting away with it.
Right. Well, we have a saying at my office. It's, what's good for the goose is not good for this gander.
Ah, okay. So the opposite of what everybody else thinks.
Yep. Rules for thee and not for me. Right. That's our motto.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
thank you, Mr. McCleland. Good to understand the ethics of your department, but let's keep going.
I'm here to tell all. But before he does that, on April 2nd of 2023, he has a phone call to his mom where he confesses. He gives himself to Jesus. He's found the Lord, and it's important for him to tell his mom this. Not only tell his mom, but make sure that his mom tells Kathy, his wife. The very next day, a phone call to Kathy. I did it. I killed Abigail Williams. I killed Abigail Williams and Liberty German. The phone call that so State's Exhibit published in part by Playing, it just says that. The phone call that he made to his wife, unprovoked, unpressured, of his own free will. Kathy, I did it. I killed Abby. I killed Abby and Libby. After that, he continues to confess. He writes a letter to the warden. I'm
Mr.
ready to
McCleland, have
confess.
you actually listened to those phone calls? Because
I can't
he says,
recall.
because
Uh,
the way he says it is, I did it. I think I did it. If they said I did it, maybe I did it. Like that's kind of the content of the majority of the phone calls.
oh yes, yeah. Well, there you go again. That's part of his trickery. He's 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 just tricking us.
So he's confessing and tricking at the same time.
Right, right. Like he's pretending to not know what he's saying, but he
Okay,
really does.
but tell me, like, can you give me an idea of what motivation you would have to confess to the crime at the same time as tricking and pretending that you're unwell, at the same time as you're not actually claiming an insanity defense or anything like that? Like, what's the reason for that?
Well, he wanted to get his iPad back, and we took his bag of chips away that he was enjoying, and we starved him. So
Oh, so he was willing
if
to
he wanted,
confess to get those
he wanted
back.
to get, yeah, yes. I mean, it was being repaired, so he wanted to hurry up the repair to get his other iPad back and stuff. So if he wanted those things, he had to just, go along.
Oh, so he was willing to risk 130 years in jail, like a guilty conviction, sorry, um, because he needed to pretend he was very psychologically unwell so he could get his iPad back at the same time as confessing.
Yes, it was all part of his plan. He was manipulating us from day one in solitary. He
I
manipulated
mean,
us.
that sounds like kind
He,
of like a 3-year-old manipulation, to be honest. Like that sounds like
mm,
the sort of thing a preschooler does because it doesn't make any logical sense.
no, it does because he held all the cards. He had all the power. We you know, he manipulated us every time he could. Yep.
He had all the power while he was shackled. He's sitting in a
Yep.
tiny little
Hmm.
box, doesn't
Hmm.
have access to the outside world.
Hmm.
Yeah, like doesn't get to see his family, doesn't get
Yep.
to, I mean, yeah, do proper work on his case. Like, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, that he had all the power.
It was all part of the plan.
Right.
Anyway, all right.
Okay, I
He
mean,
writes,
I'm confused. I'm confused, but maybe again, I'm just not smart enough to understand what you're talking about here, Mr. McCleland.
well, I'm not either, so I think we should start going on.
Okay, let's keep going.
He writes a letter to the warden. I'm ready to confess to killing Abby and Libby. I hope I get to an opportunity to tell the families I'm sorry. He then meets with Dr. Waller on April 5th of 2023. Dr. Waller writes down that Richard Allen states, I killed Abby and Libby, I'm sorry, and proceeded to cry, and he cried off and on throughout the session. He reported committing the murders on his own. He stated he made sure that they were dead. because he didn't want them to suffer. He reported not knowing why he did it, but stated he knew his intentions were sexual in nature. I don't think I had sex with them, he stated, but also said if he did, he didn't remember. He mentioned not knowing the ages of the victims, but reported they were at least 18 or 19 years of age, but could have been as young as 11. He reported being selfish all his life and being a coward, and that he got scared and took their lives in order to preserve his own. He stated he hoped he stated again he hoped he could apologize to the families of the victims and wished he could go back and change his actions. And we heard from Dr. Waller that on the day, no odd behavior until after his attorney visits, and the sudden shift in presentation was purposeful, and that he was not suffering from psychosis when he made this admission. He goes on several confessions. You're going to be able to read these, but April 7th of 2023, a door sheet. God, I'm so glad nobody gave up on me after I killed Abby and Libby. I, Richard Matthew Allen, killed Abigail Williams and Liberty German all by myself. Nobody helped me. I'm not crazy. I'm only acting like I'm crazy.
Interesting, because I think a lot of us have seen the written down letter from Rick Allen, and the writing looks very unusual. And on top of that, you just said he started to pretend he acted crazy after he did after he confessed. However, there's indications of that far before that he was showing signs of psychosis. So I'm just a little bit confused, Mr. McCleland. Your timeline doesn't make sense, which is kind of always the case with the state. The timeline just never seems to make sense.
No, it doesn't. It's because I was being manipulated by Richard Matthew Allen. He
It's
manipulated.
interesting, Mr. McCleland. Today, you're more thinking that Rick's the bad guy. Last time, you also recognised that you probably got the wrong guy. I mean, you guys really seem much more confused than we are.
I'll tell you why. Because there was this. I talked to my doctor, I talked to a friend of mine named Dee Dee, and she reminded me that not to be so nice when I'm Nick. Sorry, I screwed up.
Oh,
That
okay.
Nick isn't a very nice guy. She reminded me today. So I'm
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Keep going.
okay. April 8th from the door sheet. I'm ready to confess. I swear to God, I killed Abigail Williams and Liberty German. April 9th. I killed Abigail Williams and Liberty German. Funniest joke is how I killed them. I got what I deserved for what I did, and I hope I burn in hell for what I did. April 22nd. I killed those girls, so I have to kill myself. April 23rd. I killed Abby and Libby. My wife wasn't involved. I would like to confess. April 26th. I killed Abby and Libby. April 29th. Said he killed the girls in Delphi with a box cutter that he stole and left in the trash at CVS. That he wants to write a confession, and that was only planning to rape them, but he got scared and panicked and killed them instead. He then meets with
Okay.
Dr. Waller.
Each of these confessions, the only thing that's consistent in them is I killed Abby and Libby, which that statement in itself just said over and over again just sounds like perseveration, which is not uncommon when people are very psychologically unwell. But all of the other things seem to change. Like he's got, it's funny, and then it's I have to kill myself now, and then it's I'm sorry, and then it's it just, to me, that just sounds like somebody who's incredibly confused.
Nope. He's plotting and planning. This is all manipulation by Richard Matthew Allen.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that, if you say so. I don't see it that way, but you clearly have more skills in understanding people than I do, right?
Right. Plus, Dr. Wallace said it. She's trustworthy. Gallipo said it. The guards, they're all trustworthy.
Oh, Gallipo. I mean, if anyone would know, he would know, right? I mean, he's just got obviously so much experience in understanding people's psychological issues, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they're all a little bit trained. They watch TV. They watch CSI.
Okay, cool. I mean, as long as they're watching the Crime Investigation Network and things like that, they probably are fine, right? That is expertise. That's actually way more expertise than studying forensic psychology or psychology in general, isn't it?
Yes. Well, we used to train our doctors with, remember Frasier, the TV show Frasier?
Yeah.
Yes, they learned everything from him.
Perfect. Okay. Well, next time I won't waste 6 years at university and
Yep.
tens of thousands of dollars from the sounds of it. I should just have watched some TV shows.
Watch Frasier. Yeah, you'll be a certified
Okay.
psychologist.
Oh, well, Diana and I, we've just wasted a lot, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah. Those educations are nothing. Plus, I heard that Diana has a guru who barely squeaked through high school. Took him like 6 or 7 years. He was busy racing cars and getting drunk and chasing girls, but he helps her out with everything. So don't, education is not everything. Because Diana's
Yeah.
guru is a very smart guy, she said.
Okay. Makes
Mhm.
sense. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Sure.
Yep.
Let's keep going.
He then meets with Dr. Walla again on May 3rd of 2023, and he gives an even more detailed confession. Alan reported wanting to confess to his crime, and he wanted to tell his story. He reported seeing his parents the morning of the crime. He was supposed to go eat lunch with them, but opted out and bought himself a six-pack. He drank 3 of those beers and finished the rest later. He said, I bundled up. Once I got to the trail, I laid in wait. He reported seeing the girls and following them on the bridge. He reported doing something with his gun and stated, I think that's where the bullet fell out. I, I ordered them down the hill. His intention was to rape the girls and mentioned he thought they were older than their biological ages. Alan
One
said he
second,
saw,
Mr. McCleland. You said before that he racked the gun twice and that he dropped the bullet at the crime scene, but it seems like in Rick's really accurate confession that you guys really used as the ultimate in getting him to be found guilty. He doesn't say that. He says he racked the gun on the bridge and that must be how the bullet fell, which is so interesting because it's
right,
so consistent with a man who is experiencing psychosis and is incredibly confused.
right. Well, I think he's confused because there's two possible things here. One, the most logical is that he picked it up. We believe he picked it up and put it in his pocket and then dropped it again in the scuffle at the crime scene. Or the other one that Mullins suggested, which is I'm not sure is plausible, that it fell down, it bounced down the hill, and then it hit a really soft rock and bounced and landed at the crime scene over the creek.
Wow. I mean,
That's
if you look at Google Earth and I mean, I've never been there, you
mhm,
clearly have, but even from Google Earth, that seems
mhm.
like it would literally have had to be magical. Probably like the magical ghost that used to come into the police headquarters and clear his tip periodically.
Yes,
So, yeah.
yes,
And I mean, really, I guess when you're trying to control two adolescent girls that you're just about to abduct, you duck down and pick up a bullet
right.
only to drop it again in a far more conspicuous, problematic place.
Oh, for sure, in the middle of the day. And also, the magic could have been one of those mushrooms, a magic mushroom. If the bullet bounced on one, it could have like trampolined right across, and that's plausible.
Maybe the mushroom was trying to
We-
solve the case, right? The mushroom was like, "Well, I've seen what's happened here. I'm going to bounce this bullet right to where it needs to be, so they catch this guy."
Yep, that's why he went hunting for those mushrooms. He knew the position of each mushroom.
So why didn't you bring the mushroom in as a witness at trial?
Well, like the sticks, we had no reason to believe they were related to the crime. The
Oh, that's
branches.
such a shame. We should go looking for that mushroom now. It might have a really good story to tell.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's always best to leave stuff out there for 5 days or 5 years before you collect it as evidence.
Yeah. Well, no, of course. I mean, you want it to degrade enough so that you
Mm.
can cover up the fact that you're framing an innocent man, right?
Right, right. Who needs DNA and blood when you can just say who did?
Exactly. When you can just make up your own story.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, Aaron's got a good idea as well that maybe it was a
Oh,
deer that carried the projectile on its antlers. I
oh
know there's
yeah,
those deers, those
that's
crime
possible.
fighting deers in Delphi. Actually,
That's possible.
maybe you should replace Mr. Mullins with a deer then and a mushroom.
Maybe, yes, maybe the casing got stuck between its toes and its hooves, and when it walked over it, fell out there too. So that's
Mm.
actually that never happened. Forget it.
Oh, I just had another idea. Like maybe someone had like some chewing gum on their shoe, and so then they walked over the bullet on the bridge while they were searching for the girls. It stuck to their shoe, and then they went to the crime scene and it fell off that there. But
Oh
then there's no
yes,
DNA on it. But I thought that's still a good theory, isn't it?
that is. It
Yeah,
could.
well,
Yeah,
you guys can use that. If there's a retrial, if the appeal succeeds, the chewing
yeah,
gum
that's what.
theory.
Right. Plus, maybe Richard Allen. It got stuck between the treads of Richard Allen's shoes, and when he walked there. He brought it there himself, so it's his bullet. He did it. Either way, it's him.
Wow, I reckon, yeah, if you'd found those shoes, you'd see the indent that matched the
Oh
bullet.
yeah,
I'm sure Oberg would be able to do that under her
yeah.
microscope.
And you'll be able to see if it's on his right shoe, like you'll be able to see with his footprints each time he leaves a little dot in the sand because that bullet
My
is in there. It's tread.
goodness. Mr.
Yeah,
McCleland, you should have really joined the forensic team on this. You've got some great ideas.
yeah, yeah. Well, I came a couple days late. I think I was a little bit late to the scene, but
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that's interesting. All right. Well, let's keep going because we've only got 10 more minutes.
okie doke. His intention was to rape the girls, and mentioned he thought they were older than their biological ages. Allen said he saw a van and that scared him and caused him not to follow through with his raping the girls, but instead forcing them to cross the creek and then cutting their necks. He indicated again, I wanted to make
Because, of
sure they were dead.
course, if you're scared that you're going to get caught, instead of like using the gun that you've got to maybe just kill them and go, you decide to
Mm-hmm,
cross a creek and
mm-hmm,
then strip one of them and dress the other
yes,
one in the other one's clothes, and
yes,
I hate even talking about the girls that way. I feel terrible for the girls, but like, and then you brutally murder them and then stage their bodies with heavy tree limbs. Like that doesn't
yes.
sound like someone who's been spooked.
Well, yes. I mean, when somebody is spooked, they take an extra half an hour, 15 minutes to do completely unnecessary things, and then so afraid they walk down the middle of the street in the
Yeah.
middle of the day.
And then they
Yep.
go about their life as normal. They don't leave their job. They don't leave the small town. They just kind of hide in plain
Nope.
sight. They even have a picture with their wife in front of the picture of Bridge Guy because they're just so brazen,
Right.
right?
Right. It's all a part of his plan.
And everybody in that town probably interacted with him at some point, and nobody thought he was suspicious.
Yeah. He got off on it too.
Yeah. Okay. How do you know that?
I could just tell. I
Ah,
just know his
okay.
type. I just know from all my experience with horrible, sketchy people.
Like all your friends.
Yeah, like all my friends and my family. Dad taught me well. Dad also taught me how to make fire by rubbing two sticks and a gallon of gasoline together.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
And the Boy Scouts, we were Boy Scouts.
Right. That makes sense.
Yep. Hmm.
Gretchen likes you, by the way, Nick.
Oh, thank you. I have my good. I have
I
my
think
good
she's the only
qualities.
one.
Mm,
No offense. I don't mean to be offensive, Mr. McCleland, but I just don't really like anything you have to say.
I understand. I did some horrible things, and I don't even feel bad about it.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, let's tell us a few more of your ridiculous statements before we finish up.
All right. He reported covering the bodies with tree branches, and he exited the area by keeping off the trail, as not to be seen. Yes, he was not to be seen in the middle of the road. So
Oh,
he
I just
said
want
he.
to stop you for a minute, Mr. McCleland. Sorry, Gretchen, I misread that. Gretchen actually says she doesn't like you. She meant like takes one to know one. Sorry,
Oh,
Gretchen, that's defamation. I made it seem like Gretchen liked you, Nick, and she definitely doesn't. She's with the rest of us.
oh, damn. Well,
Sorry, no one likes you here.
I understand.
And like, I'm not
I told.
usually one to be unkind. The
Mhm.
community is of kindness, but unfortunately, when I said all voices matter, I may not have meant yours. Oh, that's
I understand.
mean.
No, it's very mean, but I deserve it. I deserve it. I did some
Look, I meant all
sketchy,
voices
horrible
that are telling
things.
the truth matter, and the problem is your voice just isn't telling the truth. So that's why I'm kind of okay for us to be a bit mean to you. Sorry.
That's in your opinion. This is all a part of Richard's plan to turn people against me. He held all the power. He held
Yeah,
all the cards, and I'm
yeah,
just this helpless prosecutor.
yeah. His wild sorcery has definitely turned us all against you because
Yeah.
we've all had no contact with Rick, but there
Mm.
are media sources that have contact with you, but you're less powerful, of course.
Mhm. He's like a wizard, wizard of Delphi.
Amazing, my goodness.
Mhm.
Just
He
yeah, I mean,
manipulated us all.
we should really study him because he's a very unique person.
Mhm. I
Oh,
agree.
Digital's in here. Digital's coming with the gold again. Digital says he covered 3% of the bodies, like Nick tells 3% of the truth. I think that's still a bit of a overestimation, Digital.
Well, it was to cover. It was to cover those, hide them. I think he did a good job.
Yeah, okay.
We
Okay.
we didn't see them for 19 hours.
Well,
If we
yeah,
only
so
knew to
clearly that made
look,
yeah, he covered them up pretty well then. He must have realized
yeah,
that you only need to put 3% of the like cover 3% of the
yeah.
bodies to hide them from people. Yeah.
For 19 hours, 100 people walked around knowing where their last location was, so close. They must have been covered really good because we couldn't find them for 19 hours.
Yeah. And always
And,
better to use heavy tree limbs than
oh
leaves,
yeah,
isn't it?
yep. Because you see the limb and you don't think of looking past it, so they're completely camouflaged.
Yeah, and also you just want to
Mhm.
like carry heavy things around, like maybe just like do get some weight practice in while you're there, while you're spooked and trying to like get away quickly.
Yeah. Plus, you're looking up too because you think branches are falling
Yeah,
because
okay.
they could have fallen there naturally in those positions. So
Oh,
you
for
always have to
sure.
be
Like,
looking up.
of course, I think they would definitely fall naturally in the exact sort of formation like that. Yeah, and I mean, particularly that really big one, the really chunky ones. Yeah, sure, they would just definitely have just fallen that day for no reason in the exact
Yes.
right spot.
Yes. And there was the hill, so they could have rolled down the hill too.
Yeah. Oh, it could be the deer and the mushrooms again as well, like working their magic.
There's so many different scenarios that
It just sounds like a really morbid Snow White or Bambi or something. Maybe they were magic dwarfs as well.
I think there was. Gnomes, trolls under the bridge, troll bridge.
Yeah. The ones with the bright colored hair? No, maybe not, because they would show up, wouldn't they?
Yeah, little blue ones holding a pencil up high.
Well, that could explain the hair that was found as well. Like maybe it's a troll's hair.
Well, as long as it's male, because females don't do anything wrong in
Yeah, but
Delphi.
that must be
So
why they didn't test it, because they know there's just troll. Like, is that why you guys didn't test it? You were like, oh, there's just trolls around. So like hair, we
yeah,
don't need to test hair because it's just a troll's hair.
yes, yes, and we knew they were males. So there was. Sorry, we knew that one was a female. So we had no reason
Yeah,
to test it.
right. Okay.
Mhm.
Explains a lot. Well, I mean, we might end with end there with the closing argument for now. Does anyone have any questions or comments for um, Mr. McCleland in the chat? I know there's been a lot of chatting, but yeah. Oh, Gretchen says were there Smurfs there? I didn't hear about anything blue though.
Yes, the female Smurf. What was her name again? Uh, Lady Smurf or something? The blonde one. She
Smurfette, I
was there.
think.
Yeah, Smurfette was there. But again, she does no wrong. Women do no wrong. So in Delphi.
So, Mr. McCleland, do you believe that the Smurfs movie is a documentary?
I do. I do. It's
Yeah,
real
because it's,
life.
it's not as factual as your closing argument.
Almost. Yeah. It's magical
Mm,
too. Yes.
okay, now I get it. So I think you didn't realize when you took your kids to like watch Pixar and Disney movies that they were pretend.
No, no. They just look like normal people to me. Plus, Smurfette now has got into meth a bit, so she looks a little different. So it's called the Faces of Smurf. The Faces of Smurf meth. You should see her progression through all her arrest those photos.
I hate to burst your bubble, Mr. McCleland, but unfortunately, most of the Disney and Pixar movies aren't correct. Your car is not talking to you, and there are no
Oh,
monsters at university.
well, that's your opinion.
I
They're
mean,
real
because
to
I guess
me.
that if you think about like Disney's true, like the magic carpet and stuff, maybe that's how Rick got away from the scene.
Oh yeah, he's magic. He flew
There you
like
go.
like a lat. He flew like Aladdin on the carpet.
Exactly. That no, I just thought of that.
Hmm.
Guys, does anyone have any questions for Mr. McCleland? We've got just 2 more minutes before I have to jump off. But does anyone have
Uh
any
oh.
questions?
I can scroll through. I'm scrolling through. Um, oh, the green. Good point, digital. The green bandana was a little troll blanket, so there was no need to collect or test it. Yep.
Ah, of course. Of course. That makes a lot of sense.
There's lots of OMG, LOL, LOL,
Oh no, Trial
OMG.
Junkie. Why is Trial Junkie talking about Patrick Westfall, right? I mean, it was much more likely that it was a troll.
Well, Patrick Westphal is definitely not a troll. He's way too tall to be a troll, I think.
Is he one of your friends?
Yes, yes.
And he's
But
a
he only likes,
upstanding member of society. Nothing to do with the Delphi case, right?
yes. Right. His only downfall is he only mates with polar bears. He doesn't mate with black or brown bears, only polar bears.
Right. And I mean,
Right.
he has unfortunately had a few accidental issues with the law, like
Right.
where Rick Allen's had none, but you can tell clearly who's more likely to be involved in this crime.
True. But I think with Patrick, he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's really an upstanding citizen.
Whereas Rick, it was at the right place at the right time to be the most evil
Yes.
version of himself that he'd always planned for 44 years to be.
He was so good at it. He had no record. Nobody knew. Nobody suspected him. Nobody tipped him in. Nothing. He was that good.
Yeah, my goodness. I mean, he's really fooled us all, hasn't he?
He did.
Well, you know what,
Manipulation.
Mr. McCleland, he still continues to be the more believable one to me. And in the chat, who believes Mr. McCleland and who believes Rick Allen? Who's Team Rick? I want hashtag Team Rick, everybody, before we finish up. Or, sorry, no. I'll be fair. I don't want to be biased. Hashtag Team Nick. Hashtag Team Rick. Which one are you guys on? Sorry, Mr. McCleland. I'm Team Rick. I'm with Adrienne. Oh, Dom's with me. Cryptex, just got a question for you quickly, Mr. McCleland. Everybody in the chat's Team Rick. Sorry, Nick, you didn't manage to convince any of us today.
Oh, look at that. Even Shibby's Team Rick.
Oh wow,
Shibby, the
good.
are you?
Shibby's clever. Shibby knows what he's talking about. Oh wow, there's not one person on your side. There's a few people who are on
Nobody?
the fence, but there's not one person
Fine.
on your side. So one last question, because I do have to go, but we do have one more question for you while you're here,
Okay.
which is
Sure.
from Cryptex. Mr. McCleland, what do you think about the 2 sketches not being allowed in the process? Give us one final ridiculous answer before we finish.
I think that the 2 sketches should have been allowed because if you just look at them as one person, I'm not even sure. I've got nothing here. Sorry.
Well, your mate Holman said they look like the same person anyway. So yeah, I don't think the jury would have been that confused, would they?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So really, I think it just sounds like you just didn't want too much evidence in there. I mean, why waste time having too many exhibits, right?
Right.
It's
Plus,
just more things for the clerk not to hand out after the trial or redact, right? So
honestly,
may as well.
I know why now. Because we didn't want to bring light to the attention that all three of our witnesses didn't see the same person, and all three of our witnesses could not point to Richard Allen in the courtroom. So we wanted to
Right.
try to not bring any attention to that matter. So
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, TJ saying didn't want to confuse the jury. Kind of like when you didn't want to confuse
right.
the jury with geofencing information that could have been super helpful and has been for lots of other cases. But we just don't want to make it too complicated for the jury. It's better for them to believe in magic bullets and a man that's a complete anomaly when it comes to the history of crime. But yeah, it's too confusing to include sketches and geofencing that have been used in so many other cases.
Yes, just like how we confused the jurors to not look at any reasonable doubt, but to consider unreasonable doubt, and that Richard Allen needed to prove himself and not us proving him.
Yeah.
That's we
Well,
really
we've got
confused
to
those
finish
jurors.
up now, Mr. McCleland, but we'd love you back on the show again. Cryptex has
Oh,
a little, a bit of advice for you as well. That Movember's only 1 month per year. It's coming up, so keep the mustache for then, but you probably don't need it the rest of the time.
no, I need to keep it all year round because Judge Gull and my therapist, Dr. Dee, like to take my mustache for a ride. So they say
Okay.
they love it. Yep, Dee
Okay.
especially.
Well, thank you, Mr. McCleland. I do have to get going because I've got to go search some forums about my clients. No, actually,
Okay.
joking. I actually need to go and treat my clients instead of lead them into a false confession. So we'll leave it there for today, but we'll see you guys all soon. We will bring back another part. And I feel like the time limit felt too restrictive today. So we'll bring back a nice
Yes,
long live next time.
yes, as long as you want. Nick is here. And
Oh,
anyone.
thanks so much, Nick. And if anyone needs a lawyer when they are struggling with legal issues, I'm sure you'd offer your services.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If you
And I'm
want,
sure
if you want 100, if
we'd
you
all
want to spend
trust it.
130 years in jail, come to me. I'll get you in there.
Perfect. Well, the consensus is Team Rick, so let's keep fighting for Rick. Sorry, Mr. McCleland, we do not agree with you. And with that, we're
Well,
gonna get going. Bye, everyone.
bye. Thank you.